So we just finished testing out the add marker method, this one right here. So now we want to try and get that marker out of the database. So let's go ahead and create a method for that. And we'll call that get my markers. Get my markers. And we don't need to pass anything in there as an argument because we're just going to be returning. Actually, we do need to return something. We're just going to be returning a list. So, and a list of, a list of what is it called? My marker objects. My marker objects. All right. And we need to create an import for that, and we will create the variable that we're gonna use to return. Array. Oh, it's not in there. And that's we're gonna have my marker type. And then we'll just return, we'll return this list. And so now, in order to get the markers out, we have to use a cursor. And the cursor, think of that as, it's almost like, it's just the rows that were returned. And the cursor is like a way of iterating through them. So, cursor. Not new. db.query, because a query actually returns a cursor. You can't see it cuts off, but it'll return a cursor. So the table name is my SQL helper dot table name, and then the columns are so this is, well, we can either just, it requires a string array, but we can either just create a string array right there or do one up here. The easiest way to do it is have it up here. So the columns are just going to be my SQL helper dot. We'll get the title of the marker. We'll get the snippet. And we'll get the position, because those are just the things that we need. So we'll do calls, and then just have nulls all the way across, and that'll be it. So in order to iterate through them, we're just going to move the cursor to the top, move to first, okay, and then we're going to have a while loop that actually will just go to the next one. We'll move the cursor to the next one. Okay, and of course we're gonna have to have a marker too that we can push to this list. So my marker, yeah, we can call it that. And also, since we're at a cursor, we're going to actually need to create a cursor to marker, or some sort of method that cursor to marker that converts the cursor, because it's just a row. The cursor just represents a row on the table, And so we just need to, you know, just pass the cursor into this function, and it's just giving us an error because we haven't created this function yet. And then after that, after it's been turned into it, we're just gonna say markers dot add m, which is referring to, as you can tell, that m. So once this is going to be returning a marker object, and then we're going to, since it's returning a marker object, going to send it to this little variable, and we're going to add that variable to this list. And then we'll just call cursor dot move next, move to next. And then after we're done with that while loop, we just need to close it. Okay, so now let's create this method. And the way we're going to do this is we're simply just going to get the information that's in this cursor and make a marker out of it. So new marker object, and we're going to say cursor dot, not cursor, m dot set title to the m dot get, not m, I went backwards, cursor dot, and then this is where it kind of gets tricky, but not really. So the index is just the index of this string array. So since we're getting the title, can go up here if you forget, the title is at index 0 in this string array. So we should just put a 0 right there. And then m dot, set, oh no, that's right, set snippet and this is 1, I believe, and you can just double check if you forget. Snippet is 1 because an array is 0, 1, 2, and set position and cursor and 2. Return m, and we're done. And in the next video, we'll just test this out, make sure it works. All right, see you guys later.